Hi, friends, from Winning Ways Training Consultancy on Heart to Heart Discussion. This is my seventh episode. My name is Pankaj Srivastava. Friends, today I'm going to discuss about one very important aspect of a manager-employee relationship, and that is trusting relationships. Now you will appreciate that any relationship between a manager and employee is completely dependent on what sort of trust this manager enjoys with his employees. Because if this trust is not there, then whatever request, whatever instructions you're going to give to your employee, you are not going to get more than 100%. I mean, forget about 100%. You are not going to get even 80 or 90% because very often I've seen this person will only work to the extent by which he can save his job, and beyond that he is not very keen because he is not very excited and motivated to go beyond the call of the duty. And if you want more than 100% result, it is very important that the person should have that intrinsic motivation, which is going to be dependent on the type of trust which you as a manager enjoy with your employees. Now, next question is how to have this trusting relationships. Well, the books have been written, friends, on trusting relationships. Now, there are so many things which are, of course, responsible to have this trusting relationships, but there are two things which comes to my mind which are extremely important to have this trusting relationships. The first thing is the competence of the manager. Now, very often we do not pay adequate attention to this aspect when we are working as a manager. But trust me, your employee, he is always looking forward towards you and is trying to evaluate you how good you are as a manager, whether you are competent and understand the basic nuances of that job, whether you understand the basic framework of your job. Then only he is going to develop that sort of trust that in case of any problem, in case of any issue, I can go on to my manager and he is going to give me the right solutions. So you as a manager, you have to work on your own competence. You need to continuously keep on enhancing your competencies. So that's the point number one. Point number two is the character. Friends, when I say character, I mean this is based on certain value system, what you enjoy. And as an employee, I must be very, very clear about the type of behavior which you are going to exhibit in certain situations. And let me give an example. Suppose, I evaluate the performance of my employees. And my employees are very, very clear that whenever Pankaj Srivastava is evaluating the performance, he is going to take into consideration not only numbers but even the effort parameters, right? So, whenever I am evaluating my team members' performance, my team members are very, very clear that he is going to take into consideration both the factors because he will not get carried away only by the numbers or only by the effort parameters. Now, as long as this behavior is consistent with all the team members, my team members will have a certain amount of trust in me. Another example, what I can give you is that suppose in your team, there is one relative who's working, right? And if my team members are very clear that, look, if some mistake is going to get committed, the behavior of my manager is going to be uniform, irrespective whether there is a relative who's working in his team or not. As long as that sort of clarity is there, my team members will have trust in me. So, to my mind, out of so many factors which are there in having good trusting relationship, these two factors, competence and character, they are extremely important, right? And very often I have seen that if these two things are not there, then as a manager, your job really becomes quite cumbersome. So my request will be, please start working on your competence, keep on enhancing your competence, as well as have a very consistent behavior, right? Which is uniform in all the situations. So that character will also give credence to your trust, to have that trusting relationships by your employees. In my next episode, I am going to discuss, friends, in case this trust is breached, then what are the things you are going to do? Because very often, it is possible that your trust has been breached, and then what ways you are going to have so that you can rebuild that trust. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.